Say what's happening. You already know who this is. This is your dude, GKA, the prodigal son from that fine organization that I call Group for Our Group Social Fellowship Incorporated on What's Happening TV. And I got this young, beautiful young lady right here gonna introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Taylor Strahan. I'm a sophomore here.
Okay, cool. So where you from, Taylor?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
What part?
Everywhere.
You embarrassed to say what part you from?
I'm from everywhere. I really am. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah.
We got time today.
Well, I just moved around a lot. I have I grew up in Pearland, and then the Galleria area is mostly where I'm from.
So we're gonna say you from the South Side.
Yeah.
She from Taylor from the South Side of Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what made you pick this fine institution that we call Texas Southern University?
Well, for one thing, of course, it's an HBCU in Houston, Texas, one of the only ones in Houston. And this is where I'm from, and I wanted to stay at home. And I wanted to go to an HBCU so I can get some real Black culture inside me, of course, and be able to experience Black university.
Okay, cool. So you said you want to experience some Black culture. You never had the opportunity to experience Black culture before?
No, I have, but I grew up in the suburbs mostly when I was really young, from basically from pre-K to middle of my middle school year. I mostly went to I lived in Pearland, so I was in the suburbs, and then and every other school I went to was super diverse, so it was a lot of white, Black, Hispanics, Asians. So I just wanted to be able to grow up and develop in a space where it's mostly Black people, because I never got the opportunity before.
Oh, so this space right here give you that opportunity to understand that space that you never got before.
Yeah, because it's Black people from all over the country, or all over the world, really. I know someone who's from the Bahamas that's in my history class, so that's really cool. And we get to share all kinds of Black culture from all over the world, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. So what is your major that you're going for?
I major in psychology, and my minor is radio, television, and film.
Okay, so what made you go for psychology?
So I have an interest in children and child development, and I want to be able to be in a field where I have many options, because I'm not too sure exactly what I want to do, but psychology is a gateway to many careers, so I want to be able to explore that.
And do you think people truly understand mental health?
I think people in our generation do. A lot of them do. Some of them, I'm not going to say everyone does, of course, because that's not a thing. But mental health has been the front and center of our generation. So if you see on Side Chat or Instagram, people like to advocate for mental health days. And thanks to the power outage, we did get some mental health days. So that's pretty cool. But for the most part, yeah, I do think people understand mental health, but not as much as they need to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how you think they can really, truly educate themselves on their mental health?
So they can do some research on YouTube, or really the best way to get help with mental health is through your community, through other people, so you can understand whatever. For example, I have ADHD, and I had to diagnose myself when I was 15, and be able to see content online, on TikTok and Instagram, and see that people are struggling with the same things that I may be struggling with, or see things that I was struggling with before I was diagnosed, and see that it's very similar, can really help with somebody like me, of course.
Yeah. I feel like mental health got a negative stagnant to it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are truly afraid to really claim who they are, including their flaws, their imperfections, because I feel like once society tell the world what you have and you not have enough strength to own it, it'd be hard for people to really accept that.
Yeah, that's typically because people don't understand what that mental illness is, or that mental disorder is. So they tend to have, there's their own stereotypes on how someone may behave. Like what I said, I have ADHD, so someone may hear that and be like, oh, she must bounce off the walls. But I don't, because I have inattentive ADHD, so I really procrastinate more, or I have like social anxiety or social issues sometimes. But yeah, when it comes to that's just something that human beings do. Unfortunately, they tend to undermine other people's mental health, which is unfortunate.
How do you make sure you don't undermine yourself?
Well, for one, I have a therapist, thankfully, that my my great mom pays for. Also, I like to do a lot of research on ADHD and follow different accounts that explain it and the different disorders that can connect to it. Because if you don't understand yourself, of course, you're going to be frustrated and confused, and you're going to think that maybe you're unworthy or that you're lesser than. But in reality, that's not true. You just need a little extra help. Got you.
So what is one of the strengths that Texas Southern add to your identity?
So one of the strengths. So Texas Southern University, I feel like they have many organizations. For example, I'm part of the TSU debate team, and that organization has really helped me with my communication, as you can see. Yeah. And it gave me a community within the university, so I didn't feel so alone. And many people don't realize that you need an organization within college, because if you're someone like me who's an introvert, you're not going to go out and make your own friends, especially in this time and period where we mostly make friends online, or we talk to each other online. So so those organizations really help us form communities.
So do you hear this, young lady? So if you feel like you don't have a community, if you feel like you don't have an environment or anything like that, such nature, if you within the community structure, college structure, or even in society, really, find you a base, so therefore it can help you get outside of yourself, so therefore you can fully flourish into that person that you need to become. That's something I'm hearing you saying, correct?
Absolutely.